Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back on YouTube. It's freezing in London. I'm wearing so many layers. Ugh. But I am back. Last week I posted my first video in a long time. And the welcome was so warm, and it's definitely, I missed my community. I have a lovely community. I'm one of those YouTubers who are blessed with a very positive and mature community in terms of thinking. I guess it's probably because I don't flog products left, right, and center. But anyway, where have I been? I haven't left London, but many of my acquaintances and friends have left London. It's been a very tough year. I think in the market in general, for the country, for consulting, many people have compared it to the 2009 crisis. Some people say it's even worse. There have been lots of layoffs. There have been lots of reshuffling. And many of my acquaintances from Morocco ended up going back to Morocco. Some ended up leaving to France. Many people are in limbo. So definitely it wasn't the easiest year. I needed quite a bit of regrouping. I wouldn't say that it was all bleak. I managed to get quite a few hobbies in, and when you have ADHD, you do tend to go really deep into stuff. So I went through a phase of having gym achievements. I had a personal trainer. I got into lifting for a while, so that was going well. Then I also got into a running phase where I was doing quite a few races. I got into hiking. I did a national trail, so the North Downs Way. I went to Scotland a few times. I climbed Ben Nevis. I've done another Monroe. So it wasn't just me sitting and complaining. I also have been really involved in artistic endeavors. I've been to many museums and the Victoria and Albert Museum. I've been to different frieze masters and things like that. I've watched some shows, operas and things. What else? I got into belly dancing or oriental dancing or raqs sharqi, whatever name. There is no consensus on name, and whichever nomenclature you use, you're going to offend someone. So I tend to use them interchangeably. So I have done quite a lot of things. It's just that it felt that the whole thing was a bit incoherent, and it just felt that it was at the expense of a lot of effort and with an underlying anxious feeling. My old flat was small. I had quite a few things piling up. Every time I got into a new hobby, I would obviously acquire things for it, and then I didn't know where to put them. My friends made fun of how I had stuff laying around all the time. I had my storage unit that was very expensive that I've had for years, and they kept increasing the prices. There were a few things breaking here and there in the flat, which is just wear and tear because I've been there for over 6 years. So it was just a lot of things, but I just felt that I needed a change of scenery. I needed more space. I needed to be able to use my things without having to think, oh, do I need to go to my storage unit, get that coat out, and then come back. That combined with the fact that I had a relatively eventful work year meant that I didn't manage to move twice. So I tried moving twice, and that comes with its own set of stresses of trying to find places, going for viewings, etc. The third time was lucky, but even that was not really smooth. My moving process was quite traumatic. It took 4 weeks. It was just all over the place. My boiler kind of just went crazy. I had issues with electricity providers. It was just a whole mess. But I'm here now. And so I'm in a place where I have more space. It's objectively a lot more expensive all in all to live here, but I decided to use this year as my proper reset year. So I'm not even doing a reset over 1 or 2 weeks. It's a whole year of me living the life that I want to have. And so part of what I did is, which I hinted to in my previous video, is that I'm doing a whole year no buy. This is really to allow me to arrive here, because I have so many things that I didn't know I had. And the reason for that is because I didn't have space in my old flat. I would have things shoved everywhere. I don't see them, I forget about them, I buy more things. Or I know I have them, but they're inaccessible. Especially if we keep in mind that I tried to move twice, which means that I took things from my place to a storage unit twice, kept adding to that, and then because my moving date would change or because the apartment would become unavailable or something like that, I end up needing things, but then thinking, but I'm about to move, I don't want to open the curtains. So it was one of those situations where you come to here and you start trying to put things together and you find you have 5 bottles of conditioner because you had one at work, we had one in the gym bag, a couple here and one in storage, things like that. So I'm just taking the time, instead of sitting down and trying to organize every single thing to the very last, where does this thing go? I organized as much as I could when I first moved, and then I decided to focus on the rest of my life. And I think the best way for me to really grow into this place is to just live in it and let things happen normally. So I did not try to uh, get negative feelings around the fact that I have 5 conditioner bottles. I simply made sure that I have 2 in the or 3 in the in my shower, and I kept the 2 backups in my guest room. Now, in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 2 or 3 of the bottles will be gone, and all of a sudden I will have the space there, and I will only have the 2 things, and then I will have a free space in my guest bathroom. Similarly, my kitchen doesn't have the biggest space in the world, and that's okay. I'm currently trying to really figure out what it is that I like eating, what are the things that I'm using, and using up certain ingredients, and then in 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, I will end up with just what I need. Similarly for clothing, I do have clothes, I love wearing them, I'm currently wearing them, and so there will be some wear and tear, there will be some things that I realize I cannot wear at all and that I will have to donate and things like that. But the fact that nothing comes in for a year just allows me to, for perishable things, to use them, for things that finish, to just get the most out of them, and for everything else to have sufficient time without the pressure of trying to include something new, to just grow through that. I haven't had the opportunity to enjoy my things in a long time. So why is it just a year? It's because this place is, and all what comes with it is quite a big jump budget wise. I felt that it was worth the investment. Now, this is London, so inevitably in a year they will increase the rent. If I can afford it, based on a lot of calculations I will do, I will stay an additional year. If I cannot, I will move. However, my move from this place will be much smoother and a completely different experience than what I lived moving from my other place previously. Because remember, 3 times trying to move, plus a storage unit, plus things everywhere, plus a stressful work environment, etc. So I feel that within a year of not adding things, and with very, very slowly putting things where they belong, if I were to move, I would be in a much better position. So that's the no-buy context. In terms of lifestyle, I think my lifestyle didn't take a massive hit. As I said, I continued doing a lot of things. I think what happened is that I felt that I added a layer of pressure because of my, you can call it high standards, you can call it an all or nothing mentality. I do tend to go full in on certain things, and then if I can't do it to the best of what I had in mind, I tend to be disappointed. So what I'm doing differently is that I decided to accept the entire collection, mosaic of things that I have. And instead of being, oh, this is Uga's hiking phase or Uga's swimming phase or Uga's running phase, that I've gone through all of these phases. I've spent the money on the equipment and on getting the knowledge. And now what I can do is I can give myself the flexibility to always do something nice for myself and now I have a plethora of things to choose from. So next week's video is going to be of how I stay active. And what you will see in it is that it's not a week of running, it's not a week of yoga, it's a week of very, very realistic, pragmatic approach to how I want to stay active. And every day I'm gonna pick something, and I will be very candid in how I go about picking things. But I think this illustrates what I want to be doing. It's effectively how do I extend the kindness and generosity that I sometimes have towards others to me? Because I do tend to be very harsh on myself. And I will be taking you on that journey. The other thing is, I will be showing a little bit more of my life. Now, I'm not going to magically become that person who shoves a phone in people's faces in shops or at restaurants and things like that. I'm not paid to go and take an entire shop tour and show you every single product that is on sale. But it doesn't hurt if I take a couple clips of me walking to a place or a couple of red buses or show you the facade of a coffee place that I enjoy. I think I can still do it without being that intrusive person. I fully understand why influencers do it. They're paid to do that. They're paid to do the ad. But I'm not that person. I'm not comfortable just taking a phone and just going and taking an entire shelf of things. Or even when I it's not like I don't go to places. I go to very nice places when I like to treat myself. But I go and I order my cake and I eat it. I don't take a video of the entire shelf and of the barista making my little coffee with the latte, blah, blah, blah. So I need to find what is the style that I like, so that you can still come to a lot of the things that I have enjoyed doing, because I've gone through lovely galleries, I've gone to exhibitions, I've gone to lots of events that I think are a bit of a change from what is out there. I'm a bit of a nerd. I've always been a nerd. So I mean, I went to a Persian calligraphy workshop and things like that, right? So I will need to think about what is the right balance of me showing some of the things that I do and not turning into something that I don't really enjoy. So what else did I want to cover? Because this is meant to be like my here I'm back and what you can expect. I think that is it. I think, yeah, that should be it. I'm happy to be back. I had a horrible, tiring year. I'm in a better place right now. I think I made the right move by actually changing my location and investing in having a place that is bigger and nicer, and in also giving myself the time to reset and rework through everything, every area of my life very slowly. So next video is going to be how I'm staying active. You will see it's nothing glamorous. I mean, there's not gonna be any Uga doing endless squats with a suggestive angle in a gym. I don't do that. But you will see what I do to make sure that this body doesn't break down in 10 years. Following video will probably be maybe a skincare routine. I am so excited to do skincare again. This is I would say this is the topic I'm excited about, because I have invested in my skin. I think my skin has never looked better, and it's been like that consistently for months, and I'm enjoying skincare again. Like, my skincare section is given. I absolutely love it. Skincare is something you will see a lot of, because yeah, that's the one area where I would say I really indulged and no regrets. And for the rest of the topics, we will see. I will also be listening to my community. I have a great community, a very mature community. I'm not talking about age, I'm talking about the type of interactions and the discussions, and also the content that they consume. Of course, we all want some mindless content. It has its place, but I do feel that my community is appreciative of the fact that sometimes I go deep, And sometimes I go surface level, and doing that dolphin thing is something that not everybody appreciates. So yeah, stay tuned. The next weeks are going to be exciting, and I'm going to be listening to what you are thinking I should be posting. But for the first few ones, it will be just whatever inspires me until I get in the groove of it. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel and watch this space.